Yes, now bless now, people. Don't forget the rest. Now it's Des Rocksteady at King of the Pit TV. We had a brief little listen. 6 tracks. We had an EP on for a nice change. It was recommended on the Patreon by Joel. He says, bruh, Counterparts put a new record out. Heaven Let Them Die is the title. You need to check it out. And yeah, we checked it out. Let's discuss this brief but concentrated record, right? Counterparts are not rebranding themselves per se on this record. This is what we know of the band. They're a heavy band. Couple of dissonant moments, couple of nice jingles on the lead guitar, couple of trills. Plenty of mosh. Harsh vocals, distorted vocals. Nice bridging, clean, twinkling. Well, I won't even call them twinkling because they're quite dark. Atmospheric, deep and mysterious bridging, clean sections. Okay? Production was good. Tasty production. Polished production. Production where you would think, where do you go from there? The guitar work was nice. The drumming was fruitful. I felt like there was more blast beats on this record than what I've heard on the last Counterparts listen throughs we've heard, because it feels to me like he just sort of tickled that blast just for a moment on them last records, and you think, ooh, not heard a blast in a moment. I wonder what he'd do if he threw a whole passage in there with the blast. And we got plenty of it on this record. Most of the record is joined on. I would say the first 3 songs were connected as one, because we blend them together with atmosphere and some degree of audio from track to track. There was no disconnect as far as audio is concerned. These dudes know how to play slow, and they know how to play heavy, and they know how to take a heavy riff and then make it heavier and then make it heavier, which is a lot harder than it should be, because you want to create impact with that first heavy moment so people kick off. And then when you slow it down even more, it needs to be as impactful. But how do you do that when you've already put your effort into making it heavy in the first place? So these dudes are very good at fine-tuning the breakdown. By the end of the record, the breakdowns don't really have impact because you're so familiar with them. You're so used to them. Which is the unfortunate reality with bands like this, you know? There's no real striking emphasis, because I was listening to some of these breakdowns and I was thinking, geez, if it was another band that kicked off with something like this, like, you know, some of these Sound and Fury playing like heavy metal influenced hardcore bands you get. Not necessarily in the field of Counterparts where, you know, you get this more modernized metalcore sort of influence, but like bands what I'm familiar with, if you placed 1 or 2 of these breakdowns in the setting of, you know, a band that doesn't really emphasize on that too much, it would be crazy. It'd go on a top 10 breakdown compilation. But considering the breakdowns are so consistent on this record, it actually detracts from how impactful these sections are, because it's just part of the overall soundscape, you know? Which is quite fascinating. It's quite fascinating, really. It's not a bad thing, it's the sound of the band. What more needs to be said? The vocals work. They're not my kind of vocals. They're quite harsh, you know? And although I do like shrieking, harsh, like horrible vocals, they're harsh in the way that they're like distorted through production as well as organically. So there's a sound engineered element that contributes to the vocal tonality and sound. In a bad thing, people love this band. Like, this record's been out for 2 weeks, and this is quite simply just on the Counterparts Topic YouTube channel, and we're simply looking at the album artwork whilst listening to the audio, and it's got thousands and thousands of views track by track. So hey, this band does a fantastic job and is more than likely leading the way as far as, modern metalcore is concerned. Bass presence, bro, there might as well not be a bassist in the band. Don't get me wrong, I'm gassing you on that. Of course, there's bass frequencies, but they don't really let the bass... They don't let the bassist have his moment, truth be told. If I was the bassist, I'd say, go on, let me have a little section. Let me do a little something. Let me take the hard way out for a moment. Because the bass guitar just follows the guitar. Just follows the root notes of the guitar. Which I guess for a band that wants to be heavy, that's fine. But I'd like to hear a little more noodling in the bass. As an EP, for what it is, production-wise, this band's doing nothing new from what it has done. But it's a good project. It's a good record. I don't pay attention to the lyric. Don't really care. Don't matter who I'm listening to. The lyric's never my priority. I like the music. I like the melodies. I mean, as far as melodies are concerned, you might not get many here, but you'll get rhythms. That's for sure. I'll give it a powerful 6.5 out of 10. I'll give it a powerful 6.5. You know what? An act like this, I would be fascinated, and I'd probably get so excited if it wouldn't market itself better, right, with what I'm about to say. So it's not good for business. But I would like to hear a band playing of this standard on record, sounding like this on record, to go to a local DIY independent, like hardcore punk rock sound engineer, and have this gritty, grey, dry, tinny, hardcore punk demo production on it, man. That'd be so ignorant. But of course, there's no chance that's ever going to happen, and why would it happen? Because it's polished and heavy and pure and mainstream friendly, but... Well, I apologise for calling it mainstream, because I looked at the credits and it said it was... What was the label? Pure Noise or something? And I don't know if that's an independent label, but you know where I'm coming from. This band is larger than life, doing great things. And you can tell why, listening to the quality of the product. On that note, I'm signing out. I'll see you on the flip side. Shout out to Joel, who recommended this. One love.